Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Fox98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video, another episode of my F1 2021 Road to Mercedes. We're here for the Italian Grand Prix. If you haven't enjoyed today's video, feel free to smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well, to keep up to date with all of the content that I am producing here on the channel. Now, before we get into things, and we'll show the R&D screen in a momento, we're going to keep you guys updated on how we're doing with the objectives. Now, after looking at the poll, in which I think it was like 56% of you decided for me not to change the objectives after our Aston Martin got heavily nerfed, I've gone ahead and obviously done exactly what you've said and changed them. So here they are on your screens right now. Looking into the long term then, because I mean we've already renewed our contract to stay at Aston Martin for the rest of the season because we failed our short term goals. So we're going to have a look at the long term ones, see what we've got to do by the end of the season to earn a Mercedes drive. Beat Lance Stroll in the qualifying head-to-head. We are currently 8-4 up against Lance Stroll, doing quite well. Get into Q3 12 times. Now this objective is actually a bit irrelevant, especially for the last episode and this one, because I forgot to change the settings on here, but obviously I'm testing out short qualifying to see if it's more balanced than Q1, Q2, Q3. However, of course, in the Dutch Grand Prix, I never actually did that, and then here, obviously, I can't change it because I'd already done the practice sessions to just skip ahead a little bit. So, obviously, for this objective, it's just a case of if we get into the top 10, that is classed as a Q3 appearance in my eyes. A little bit flawed, that one, but I'll change it back to a full qualifying at the next episode. But for now, obviously, I have to keep it as it is. Now, take pole position 5 times. Now, this used to be take pole position 7 times. However, I've dropped off 2 of the pole position race requirements. If it turns out that I get one, say, here, and then another one in Singapore, I might say that I need to get 1 more pole position by the end of the year, and so forth, to make it fair on that front. But I just feel like the qualifying is so badly balanced. The AIs are just so fast, stupidly, overpoweredly fast. I've decided to reduce it by 2. Finish 3rd in the Constructors' Championship, that stays the same. And then instead of winning 7 races, I've dropped it to winning 6 races, which was what it originally was at the start of the season, which hopefully should help a little bit slightly ease the pressure on the objectives without making them too easy. But now, as you can see here for the Italian Grand Prix, looking over at the R&D progress, this is pretty much why I've done like you expect me to get pole position another 4 times in a car that's, you know, the 5th fastest. It's just not realistic enough. But looking at the R&D, how's everyone been doing? So as you can see, here we go. Ferrari and Mercedes continue to plow on with upgrades. Ferrari actually bring a little bit more for their home race here today, so that'll be fascinating to see how they get on. Red Bull and McLaren both bring upgrades. We do not bring any upgrades here for the Italian Grand Prix. Alpine also bring upgrades, and now on top of us, virtually. Williams are then in front of Alfa Romeo. AlphaTauri then next behind, and Haas are in nowhere, to be honest. But the trend has kind of been quite interesting though. We had P2 in Silverstone, P7 in Hungary, P2 in Belgium, P7 in Netherlands, so we should have a P2 here today. But of course we've got the fastest car, I believe, in a straight line, and we've got a cracking engine. So let's get straight into qualifying then and try and set ourselves hopefully a chance at winning this race. Fuck me, back end all over the shop. Right, here's currently the qualifying order after the first runs here in in the qualifying session, actually. We're currently 4 tenths down. We're currently pretty much all right in Sector 1. We're about a 10th off in Sector 2, which isn't too bad. A couple of people about 2 tenths clear of us, and then we're losing about another 2 and a bit to 3 tenths in the final sector. So we know where we need to improve the time, but that is so close. Like Hamilton, 2 100ths ahead of Perez. Alonso, 2 100ths behind. Verstappen, 3 100ths behind. Leclerc, 8 100ths behind. It's so tight between all of them. We're only 4 tenths shy, which is much more promising than the previous round at the Dutch Grand Prix. But we're going to go back out again. I've got 2 more sets of tyres to use to try and see if I can get any closer to our rivals. And hopefully track evolution plays a part as well. Right then, that lap puts us 18 thousandths of a second behind Sainz, but it now puts us in the mix. So if we can find a better run on our final qualifying lap, then we can shoot right up the order. It's just another couple of tenths now I need. There you go then. That's as best as I can do here in qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. It looks like it's going to be P8 by the looks of what my steering wheel is saying, which is actually really disappointing. Hopefully we were close, which means then that we'll be able to challenge in the race. If not, then we're in a bit of trouble here. I'm low-key furious. Just look at the gap between the top 9. 0.2 of a second covers the top 9 in qualifying. Perez takes pole position ahead of Charles Leclerc, Bottas and Hamilton. Then it's Alonso, Verstappen, Norris, ourselves, Stroll, Sainz, Ricciardo, Tsunoda. Oh, that's promising because in the race we should be faster, but it's a piss take because of how close we were to getting pole. If we just nailed probably the middle sector, I think the first Lesmo I lost a bit of time, and yeah, that's probably the only place I think really. Maybe even the second chicane to an extent, I maybe went a bit too cautiously, but yeah, I say that because that fine margin could have easily got us a front row if we did those two things, even just fractionally better. God's sake. Right, here we go then. Time for the Italian Grand Prix. It's going to be soft to medium. More time on the softs, but crucially, all we got to do is just try and stay in the DRS of the cars in front. Get a good start and see where we end up. So 5 lights. Hamilton, like in real life, having an absolute shocker, forcing me right up against the grass there. I was so close to hitting Perez and Leclerc. I've been hit by Bottas. It's a really messy start from all. Bottas is going to keep running, so I'm going to have to try and run him out of road. We have run him out of road. Just skip over the curb slightly to avoid contact, but we're through. Question is now, do I have the pace to keep up with Perez and Leclerc? I've got to try and reel them in now. This is going to be really hard. It's going to require a lot of concentration. Got plenty of ERS. Battery is always very good in this car. But now I've got to really push. I've got a yellow flag. I don't know what for.
Green flag.
Got a bad one out there. They're alright now. No, they're still having a problem. We'll wait to get confirmation on who it is. It's Giovinazzi. Let's go and have a look what happened to big old Gio boy. And it is... Where is he? Is this him? No, this will be him. Yeah, he's just got a mechanical failure by the looks of it. Indeed. Ooh, 2 Haas cars have to avoid him. Yeah, it's just a standard mechanical failure. Oh, it's an engine failure actually, never mind. That's a shame for Gio at his home race. Never mind, we move. Leclerc's going to have an easy run here on Sergio Perez. He does set the fastest lap in the process.
You're increasing the gap on the car.
We're just going to steadily stay along. They're going to scrap here, actually. Oh, that was close. Bloody hell. Now we're right in the thick of it. It's a 3-way fight. Hamilton is 2 seconds behind. Can easily get involved in this if he gets close enough. Bottas, though, seems to be running away behind. Stroll also in the good position, so that's helpful.
Okay, the incident has been
Ooh, that's Verstappen gone off the track. Hang on.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
That's just pulled the safety car. We're going to box this lap. Everyone else is going to box as well, but let's quickly get a replay of that. Verstappen here, he's under pressure from Sainz in towards the Ascari chicane. He's not under pressure at all, actually. He's got a clear run, and he drops it on the power. That's a big crash there from Verstappen. Straight into the wall. Very similar to what Sainz did in FP2, if you remember, in the real-life race.
Copy that.
Yeah, we're boxing this lap. Don't you worry about that. We are indeed going to box. Hopefully Stroll does follow us in. He's going to have to double stack, which he is, but it's inevitable. We've got no choice here. We're going to get held in the pits, though, quite badly, which is going to be a pain. Let's not get held, please.
Go.
Yes, good stop. All right, we're out and we're clear of everything. That's good. We've got a lot of cars as well staying out then. Clearly on the medium compound tyres, but not willing to swap strategies here.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Nope, no more stops for us. We're going to the end. But crucially, just got to really look after these mediums now, not let them die. On trying to chase the safety car. Sod the safety car in my eyes. I've nailed that restart. Absolutely nailed it. Got to pass Leclerc now.
Nice move.
It's now or never.
Good job.
I'm going to block him in. I went into the side of Latifi then. Crucially, mind, I didn't actually break anything to do that. I just went into him like a pillar. I've got to pass these cars now, build up a gap before they box, which should be at the end of this lap. I can tell you that that contact with Latifi into turn 1, where I messed up my braking point, has actually damaged my car. I can feel it. So we're in ahead. We've got track position, but I've got damage. Leclerc's going to go for it here. I can't let him. I know when to let him through, and that'll be when DRS is enabled. He's still got it in him. Has he got more straight line speed than me, though?
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
No, you don't. You don't have any more than me, buddy.
DRS is now enabled.
I'm just going to tuck myself in and then send it on Latifi. Don't send it on Latifi. I've already damaged my car. Let's not do it again. Another ridiculous move. The guys in front all have to pit. There's no point in trying to be silly about this. I know what to do for Leclerc if he gets a run on me through the Parabolica this time around. Oh, let's see if he got a massive tank stopper, as did I. Confirmation from Jeff, I do have front wing damage. Can't see it on the MFD, but I definitely have front wing damage because he's just told me. So, I now have understeer to cope with. I mean, there's plain obvious to see, isn't it? It's going to be another drag race again versus Leclerc. Too bad I've got more straight line speed than you, buddy. I'll just hold you off. I've got straight line speed in my pocket. Get ready to see the British defence at work. That's for the Aston Martin, by the way. You're about to see Britain and North Korea combine for some defending of its position. I knew that would happen. So we do this as clever. That's not clever, Tom. Just bear with me, right? Just bear with. I should have DRS here. Yeah, exactly. And bink. And I'll just watch you guys suffer. Oh, Norris is going to have a run on me here.
8.3 seconds.
There we go. Genius. Absolute genius. Oh yeah, scrap. Fight. Oh, I'm using that. I'm using that. I'm pulling away. They're going to go for it again in towards turn 4. I know they will. He's only a tenth back. 2 tenths back, maybe. Yep, you'll go for it. Bolt. You just know that Leclerc has turned his engine right up to the max. Doesn't matter, I'm going to outbrake you anyway. There you go. And now you won't have a run at me in towards turn 1. Now you've got to defend against Norris. Have fun with that. Parabolica now, let's see. And Norris is ahead. He's going to get DRS on me, mind. I'm still just trying to tuck myself away.
Final lap of the race.
Leave me alone. Go for them. Good peoples. This is where it's going to matter. Norris is going to go for it. I'm going to outbrake you again. He actually stays in front of Leclerc. I didn't think he would. Deploy all the battery on this straight. Up towards the last corner now. Keep it all in check. Job done. Let's go. Coming towards the start-finish line now. It is the win at the Italian Grand Prix. We are back on top. Alright then, here we go then for the full race results. We managed to win the Italian Grand Prix. I think overall, even if I didn't actually be an idiot into turn 1 and hit Latifi, I think I probably would have actually been fine because I had the run on turn 1. I just outbroke. I should have just got past Leclerc, then tried to pass Lundgaard at different points. But I made it much, much harder for myself. But I think I had the pace. And then, I mean, I was sticking with Perez and Leclerc in DRS. And I was actually going to go for an attack on Perez and then go for the attack on Leclerc. I think this was definitely, yeah, one of those tracks where, yeah, wasn't going to qualify high up because qualifying's broken. But I had the race pace, and that really what mattered. Norris crucially finished in second, and I'll tell you why that's crucial in a minute. We also got the fastest lap point as well, because obviously I set the fastest lap whilst we were in the DRS train. And then I was in the lead after that and just held everyone up so no one could get the point. Then we have Hamilton and Bottas, Alonso, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll finishing outside of the top 10. Unfortunately, the safety car really did screw him over. Verstappen and Giovinazzi, two that DNF'd from today's race. Looking at the Drivers' Championship then, we now have a 58-point lead over Charles Leclerc. Now, of course, with Lando Norris finishing in front of Charles Leclerc in today's race, it means that we actually extended our championship lead by, crucially, 11 points. Now, yes, 58 points is a massive championship lead to have, but crucially, there's a lot of circuits that are going to come up that where I'm going to be losing. You know, I'm probably going to regularly be losing 10 plus points a race on Leclerc. So the more points that I can pick up at the tracks that I know I can do well at, like Russia's a good track for me, it was last year, whether it's still last season, sorry, whether it is now is another matter. Singapore is always a brilliant track for me. Whether then in the other races to come I can actually replicate that is going to be a different matter. So this is going to go right down to the wire, trust me. Constructors' Championship, we're now 50 points behind Mercedes after we pick up some crucial points here today. Ferrari, 69 points behind and are 19 points behind us. And it's going to be a real challenge to keep them behind. I can't see us doing it, but we'll give it a best shot. Alpine jump in front of AlphaTauri. And that is it. So let's go and make some upgrades. Right, so we're here on the laptop screen now after this Grand Prix. And surprise, surprise, no upgrades for our facilities. So let's see what we can do then. Aerodynamics, we can't do anything. Absolutely nothing we can do. That's a bit of a pain there. Chassis side of things, we're waiting for the roll dampers, which I think are a guaranteed upgrade because I may have rushed them. Can't do anything there. Oil pressure pump has now come onto the car, so we've got a bit of an engine upgrade coming into the next race for the engine power. We can still do stuff on the fuel efficiency, and then the durability side of things, there is plenty of stuff to do on that side there. So we'll go with the MGUH, considering I'm going to rush it because fuck it, it's more fun. Considering there's nothing else I could have done. I could have done the fuel efficiency, but there's a weekly resource points thing coming in now, so maybe we could potentially put it onto the car after this resource point comes in.
We've had the new parts come
525, is that enough? No, it's not. I already know because it's like 1300 points or something like that. There you go, there's our rushed upgrade coming in, and then the roll dampers moving along as well, which brings us to the Russian Grand Prix. So guys, if you have enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well, and I'll see you guys for the next race, which is the Russian Grand Prix. Take care all, peace.